Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Eduardo Duran, and today I'm bringing you an exclusive inside look into one of the hottest properties in the entire city of Austin. We are in the Barton Hills neighborhood, and behind me stands a brand new construction from Joseph Design Build, one of the top construction companies in the city. It's a 4,010 square foot masterpiece spanning 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Let's begin with the tour. The design here has a Zen inspiration. As you can see, we have a wood siding combined with some white stucco. The landscape is also very well done. There are some parts that are xeriscape, some parts that have mature trees that provide ample shade, making sure you feel like you're enveloped in the trees. Walking in, we're going to be met with a massive glass front door. There's also some cool artwork you'll see throughout the property. This one here, life is beautiful, and guess what? So is this house. Right when we walk in, we're going to begin the tour in the very open concept living, dining, and kitchen space. The floors are going to be a white oak, and that will be the prominent theme throughout the entire house. Beginning here in the kitchen, we have a very large rectangular quartzite island. Cool feature that I thought was very designer is the asymmetric pendants. As you see, we have one on my left and two on my right. Of course, this home, being a multi-million-dollar property, is going to feature top-of-the-line appliances. And of course, they're paneled. Look at this, Sub-Zero for the refrigerator. We're going to have a Wolf double oven, as well as a Wolf 6-burner range. And if you point your attention up, you'll see that the vent hood is in flush with the ceiling. Speaking of ceiling and all the walls, everything in this home is a level 5 drywall, meaning it's buttery smooth. This kitchen here is a chef's paradise. You'll notice there are lots of cabinets, all of which are soft close. This home is currently listed for $1 under $3.6 million. So if you reach out to me and you're relocating to Austin, maybe I'll get that down to $2. The matching quartzite is going to frame the entire kitchen on this L countertop, as well as move up on the wall, which I think is a cool design trend that I've been seeing. Instead of having different stones, it just runs up. The kitchen sink is nice and deep, making sure that the dishes have never been easier. The dishwasher is also paneled, so everything has a very sleek, minimalistic, and functional appearance. And a cool feature, the kitchen has several of these little canisters, which if you press down and pull it out, you have all your outlets, making sure you don't have any ugly outlets on the wall. And you can keep all your appliances very well tucked in. Continuing from the kitchen, we step into the formal living area, which is going to be fully equipped with a wet bar. And the wet bar is going to feature a different stone. This is a textured black marble. And on the bottom, there is a wine refrigerator, so you can store all of your fancy bougie drinks. We also have tons of cabinetry on this wet bar, which, speaking of cabinetry, this is a white oak with an onyx stain. Same thing in the kitchen. So there's a lot of white oak in this house. So speaking of that white oak, we have a floating shelf along the wall framing the living area. Perfect for putting your media center or a nice piece of art as you see currently staged. Also, if you point your attention to the cove lighting, very nice detail, which gives it a very premium and luxe feel, which is also prominent in the kitchen. Speaking of kitchen, this is an entertainer's paradise. You've got a cutout island, so you can go ahead and seat people, whether it be for breakfast with the kids, or if you have a nice wine party soiree, perfect for the guests. Here in the dining area, we currently have a circular 5-seater. I could imagine a longer table if you wanted to host more people. For the holidays or a Super Bowl party, very, very flexible use case. Designer lighting throughout the home as well. Check out this, I don't even know what to call it, like modern looking chandelier. And all the glass, look at the natural light that is coming through the exterior. We're gonna have a sliding glass door that leads us into the backyard, which is a private oasis like no other. We've got a teak deck that leads seamlessly into a very large pool that has a swimming area and a jetted jacuzzi section. Immediately adjacent to that, we're going to have yet another black marble countertop with my favorite brand of grill, Coyote. Look how shiny that is, man. It's so satisfying when the grill hasn't been used. And if you look behind you, we're going to have some stairs that lead up into a secret room in the house that has a massive terrace, perfect for entertaining or just enjoying a private sunset or sunrise. Stay tuned for that. More on that later. Also on this deck, if you look that way, that there is the primary bedroom, which is where we're headed next. Follow me into the primary bedroom. Guys, this bedroom is absolutely huge and it has two different sections to it. Right when you walk in, there is a very nice seating area, staged currently with two little seats facing the pool area. So if you have little ones running around, you want to keep an eye on them from the comfort of your bedroom. Definitely a very functional and solid use case for this section. Also, I really enjoy this privacy wall divider because it separates what's going on outside to what's going on inside. Check out these two picture windows that frame the bed. This is a king size mattress. Easily fits in the bedroom. You have floor to ceiling on the windows, as well as two nightstands on either side. This home has a unique closet setup that is not a closed off closet, but it's also not in the restroom rather, meaning you're not going to get that humidity from the shower and all of that steam. We have ample storage. We have short hangers as well as long ones for the ladies watching. If you want your dresses to not be all wrinkled, perfect solution. Maybe if your husband is nice, just maybe, you can have him keep all his stuff in one of these drawers right here. Of course, they're all soft close, and there is an entire wall of cabinetry. This here is also a white oak, but it's got a modern gray stain to it, which I think is a nice different contrast because the rest of the property basically has that onyx stain on the cabinetry. We make our way into the master or primary restroom. We're going to have a standalone architectural tub. Very nice for a relaxing soaking bath with a glass of wine. Also, when you're paying $3.6 million, you have attention to detail. Check this out. Frosted on the first 3 feet of the window, making sure the outside can't look inside. Double vanity with the same matching quartzite that we enjoyed in the kitchen. Same cabinetry down below, that onyx stained white oak, and a 3 pendant setup on the lighting. Guys, the floor as well as the walls are a gray polished marble that is actually from Italy. And so is this bench, which has a very modern drain to it. You have a double header on the shower, as well as a really nice window that is just high enough so that no one can peek in. The toilet closet, of course, even the toilet is bougie. Look at that. All right, guys, let's make our way back into the rest of the property. This home, as I mentioned, is in the Barton Hills neighborhood, which is one of the hottest areas in the entire city of Austin. Amazing schools. There's actually an elementary school just across the street. And this is one of the safest, most central locations. You're just about 10 minutes from downtown and about 5 minutes from Austin's main park, which is the Zilker Park. Here we have a very deep Harry Potter type storage closet. So if your husband acts out of line, throw him in there. Also, the first bathroom in the property is this one right here. Convenient access to the living area in case you have guests over and you don't want them to have to go upstairs or into the primary bedroom. Here we have the full laundry room, which is going to be equipped with its own sink, as well as a very nice countertop, making folding an absolute breeze. We have a white oak cabinet setup, soft close as well, and that onyx stain once again. This is a mudroom section that leads into a 2-car garage. Follow me in. This garage is going to have access to the exterior, as well as a unique feature, a double tankless water heater. This property is 4,000 square feet. Usually, I see the doubles start to come up around 5,000, so that's really nice to have. That wraps up the tour of the downstairs section. We saw all of the common spaces in the kitchen, the living, and the dining areas. as well as the primary suite. Now it's time to go upstairs. As we make our way upstairs, you'll notice there is a steel handrail, giving it that premium industrial feel. A massive picture window. This has got to be at least like 10 feet high by 6. Definitely a commercial grade window, not easy to come by or to source. And if you point your attention to the stairs, we got the risers and the treads, both made of that white oak. Upstairs, we're immediately met with a secondary living space. This is a very large secondary living space that could be used either as a more mature setup as we currently have it staged, or it could be the perfect playroom for your growing family and your young kids where they could have all their toys sprawled everywhere. Watch out though, because if you step on the Lego, definitely going to be in pain. We have a wonderful backdrop to this living space with these 3 picture windows, allowing and permitting that natural light to flood into the space, making sure that you have a very nice ambience. Here we have a very unique bedroom. Look at the roof line on this. Fun fact, did you know if the ceiling height is less than 7 feet, that piece of the property is not considered livable square footage? So this probably cuts off right around where my hand is at, straight down. Everything shorter is not going to be considered square footage. So this home is actually larger than 4,010 square feet, just an FYI. This also has its own full bathroom with a leathered black marble, the onyx stained white oak cabinetry, and once more that gray marble in the shower, which has its own tub. As we make our way back into the other side of the upstairs, we're going to notice a skylight that is actually perfectly located because it floods the light not just on the second floor, but it goes all the way to the first, giving it that really good natural light. We have an outdoor section. We're going to get to that in a second. But first, let's check out the secondary bedrooms. Here is one of them. We're going to have a nice closet. This home here has 5 bedrooms, as we mentioned, and these secondary rooms are pretty spacious, perfect for a young kid or a moody teenager. This bedroom here is going to feature really large picture windows that are overlooking the front of the property. And you can actually see the elementary school I was talking about, Barton Hills Elementary, top ranked, A+, 10 out of 10, literally top of the line. So if schools are really important to you and you're thinking of relocating to the Austin area, whether it be from California, Chicago, New York, or Florida, or anywhere, shoot me a message. I have all the details about the top ranked school districts where all the best restaurants are at, and making sure that you make that lifestyle move with confidence. The closet in here is also very well appointed. Generous shelving, not just for storage, but also for hanging. Both of those bedrooms we just saw are going to share this bathroom right here. Speaking of sharing, you might have to share the shower, but you have your own vanity sink, which is very convenient, especially if your kids don't necessarily want to share their toothbrush station. Here in the shower, we're going to have yet another skylight that is going to allow that light to penetrate and really do a nice job of framing this gray polished marble stone. The stone is going to be the same, just smaller format on the floor. Peep the loafers. And we're going to have that extended all through the bathroom floor. And we transition back into this white oak flooring. From there, we make our way into the home office, which just might be the most well-lit room in the entire house. Check it out. We have 1 picture window, 2 picture window, and 3 picture window facing the front of the home. And small little detail, but very key. If you're hanging out in your home office and you see someone that's coming in, you can go ahead and meet them at the door instead of being in a nice, like super private, secluded section of the house. Very, very conveniently located, as well as a pocket door that leads into a very small closet, but as an office, you don't need much closet space. With that said, with this room wrapped up, let's check out that outdoor patio, which is absolutely huge and perfect for entertaining your next holiday party. We have that teak that matches the deck downstairs. Look at the size of this room. It's covered, lit with LED cans, and ventilated with a luxury fan. We have a gas fireplace, and this here is actually a plaster wall, which is a cut above that level 5 drywall. There are tons of features that are not necessary in this home that really elevate the presence of the design. I'll point your attention first off to this paneling. Little details like this are worth the money. We have these wooden pillars here that are not structural, but very aesthetic in nature. And some metal pillars that frame the backyard. And here you're actually so high up, you can see the rooftops of all of your neighbors. So if that's something you're interested in, this just might be the house for you. And you remember those stairs we talked about? This is where that entire connectivity comes into play. Guys, when you pay a premium penny, and a pretty penny, for a house like this, you get that attention to detail and that sophisticated design that is not present in uninspired, modern, massive construction projects. And this is something that, if it's important for you, working with a real estate agent is going to be key to make sure you get into the right neighborhood at the right price in the right location with the right schools. All right, guys, that wraps up the tour of this beautiful, marvelous estate in the Barton Hills neighborhood in Austin, Texas. Leave a comment below what your favorite part was. I think my favorite part is the cove lighting in the living room. Very unique and very bougie and aesthetic. If you're thinking of moving to the Austin area, working with a real estate agent that knows the area very well, that can get your kids in the right school, get you in the right neighborhood, and let you know what the lifestyle is in that part of the city is absolutely key. Feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down below. Calendly if you want a free consultation, or just shoot me a message or give me a phone call. Stay tuned for the next one.